So I'm with John Breault from the Rhode Island Association of Realtors and statewide MLS. Did I say that right?
You said my last name wrong. It's Breault, man. B-R-O. Just think Breault. Breault.
Okay, keep it all. It's all good.
Yeah, just put it in there. Just keep it
all right, John Breault. I want to say Breault.
It's Breault.
All right, Breault. You have become more involved in RESO in recent years. First as the vice chair of the R&D work group, and now as a RESO board member. In addition, you are becoming a common participant in other work groups. What's your draw to RESO at this stage in your career?
Well, that's a good question. I think my draw now really is about solving broker pain points or data consumer pain points, really. I mean, the industry has done a lot, especially with RESO's help, but I really feel like there's a lot more that can be done, and so I like to be a part of the solution, and so these brokers are having an issue getting data, or like I said, data consumers, so it's not just brokers, it's vendors, and I think there's a lot we can do, and being an MLS, being a data producer, I'd like to be part of that solution.
So not necessarily solving stuff just for MLSs, but for the people you serve as
Of course,
MLS.
right, that's really what it comes down to, that's what it's all about, right?
Exactly. All right, that's question 1 of 3. This thing that I'm doing is called 3 Questions. My name is Greg Sachs. I'm with RESO. I probably should have said that at first, but now you know. Next question, question 2. What do you personally think the most important thing for RESO to work on is at this moment?
Well, I've been an advocate. So we've been talking about the one data feed for a while. And so I've been a big advocate for display rules going along with that data feed, because once we get data into one feed, a problem may surface where data consumers don't know, what's IDX appropriate, what's back office appropriate, etc. So I'd really like us to just work on a way of just carrying those display or usage rights along with, in a very simple format, not detailed, MLS rules or policy rules, but just really, these fields can be used on IDX, so these are back office only, etc. And I think there may even be some element already in the data dictionary about that, but we're talking about sort of expanding that a bit. And I think we're going to have to, because it looks like the one feed is coming.
Are we going to still have the terms IDX and
for now, I think for now, at some point, it may change. We saw earlier that there was an appetite to change not just the data feed, but the policies around it. I think it was the LEAP policy that was but it was too big a bite to take at once, and so now we're solving the bigger pain point, which is the data, getting the data, and I think at some point we'll circle back around. Now I don't know that that's a RESO as much as it may be CMLS or obviously NAR to solve that.
Well, it's all of us trying to solve it together.
That's right. That's a good point, Greg.
All right, question 3, and this is a long one, but it should be the most fun. I've only dabbled in musicianship myself, but I'm passionate about music, and I find particular joy in catching a delicate bass groove, or reveling in the occasional forwardness of the instrument by the likes of Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, or Les Claypool from Primus. You yourself are a bassist, so I'm going somewhere with this. I cite Tina Weymouth of Talking Heads and Bootsy Collins of James Brown and Parliament as drivers of my bass soul. What bassists have influenced you and continue to influence you?
There's a long answer to that question because, it depends on where I was. When I first started playing, it was, I loved John Entwistle from The Who, because, you're sort of, earlier on, you're dazzled by the flash. So, John Entwistle, Geddy Lee is an amazing bass player. So I really like that sort of style. And then it would depend on the bands I was in. So if I'm in a blues band, I'd start to sort of, I discovered these blues basses that were cool. But once I was in an 8-piece sort of a funk, R&B band. We had a horn section, 3-piece horn section. So that's when I really started to get into the more laid back, mellow, like the Bootsy Collins or, that. So, I'm all over the map, but I think now I sort of, guys like Flea, for example, what I like about him is it's a good groove, but it's also sort of an in-your-face kind of approach, which I like forward too. So,
do you have a favorite bassist?
Again, can you pick just one? I don't know. It depends on the day you ask me. I probably do, but I can't think of it right now.
That's all right. You named a couple.
Yeah, right.
All right. So that has nothing to do with real estate,
Yeah.
but part of what we do here is get to know each other. And thank you very much for your time, John.
Thank you,
Breault. Thanks.